Welcome guys. Let's make a start seated cross-legged. If you want to, you can sit on a block just to bring the hips a little bit higher. If you're struggling to be comfortable, that can always be nice. Rest your hands on your knees. We'll draw a few circles with the shoulders one way. Just checking in with how that feels today. It's certainly a little bit stiff for me today. And then just taking the circles the other way. I'll let the right ear fall towards the right shoulder. Get a nice stretch there on the left side of the neck. And bringing the head back to the center. Let the left ear fall towards the left shoulder. And the right shoulder pressing down the back. And bring the head back to center. Just let your chin drop to the chest. Feel the stretch in the back of the neck. And then turn your face up to the sky, and we just stretch the front of the throat. And then bring your chin back parallel towards the floor. Just let your eyes close. Take a moment, notice the breath flowing in and out through your nose. Just start to deepen and lengthen your breath. Noticing how the body inflates with the breath in. Deflates with the breath out. Eventually aiming to take 4 counts to breathe in. Pausing at the top of the inhale for a moment. And then 4 counts to breathe out. Pausing at the bottom of the exhale. So find that rhythm. Using the breath to help let go of whatever's going to happen after this class, whatever's happened before it. And set yourself the intention to be here for the next hour, however long the class is. So be here in body, mind, and spirit. And there'll be times when you wander off. But just bring it back to your breathing. See if that will help you bring it back. So you've already got here. May as well spend this next hour fully immersed in the practice, in your bodies, in your minds. We'll take a long, deep breath in all together. Hold your breath at the top. Let's open your mouth and exhale, let it go. Let's breathe normally, naturally. And then blinking the eyes open. Bring your hands to interlace. And then we'll start to circle out the wrists. So if you want, you could take your drishti, take your gaze to your hands and notice how the wrists move. And how does it feel? And then take the circle the other way. And also try to do a little bit of body popping, which I like to try and get in every now and then. Rolling the hands and the wrists. I can't do it the other way though. Oh, maybe I can. Okay, no, I can't. And then take your arms up to the sky, keeping the hands interlaced, or turn the palms away from you to get that nice long stretch here. Take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, just lean over towards the right hand side. And we'll breathe into the left side for a moment. Notice how that feels. Is it stiff? Is there some stuff going on there? Coming back through the center, we'll lean up and over towards the left side. And taking a big breath into the right rib cage. Coming back through center, round into the back and bring your arms down so they're parallel to the floor, chin to chest. And then lift the arms all the way back up to the sky. Lift your chest up. Good. And again, as you exhale, round into the back, lowering the arms in line with the floor. And then taking the arms all the way back up. Okay, last time, nice rounding in the back, chin to chest, reaching the hands forwards. And then lifting the arms up, lifting the head, chest up. Good, release the hands, that'll be a relief. And give the shoulders a little shake. And coming into a twist, right hand onto the left leg, and then left fingertips behind. That's still early in the class, so take it easy on yourself. Head in line with the spine. Breathing in. Breathing out, drawing the belly button back. Good, and then changing sides. Left hand outside of your right leg. Right fingertips behind. And again, gentle twist. Head in line with spine. Breathing in. Breathing out to twist, twist, twist. And then release, come back to the center. Take the hands behind you. Now interlace the fingers. Draw your shoulder blades back. Press your hands down towards the floor. Good, and then take a big breath into your chest. As you exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Maybe you can lift the hands up away from the floor. Seeing how much space you've got there today. Good, and then when you are ready, then you can release. Good, another little shake of the shoulders. Hopefully that's feeling a little bit more awake. And then we're going to come into a child's pose. So if you've got the block, just take it away. And then big toes touching, knees open wide. Just surrender into the legs now. Or surrender in between the legs. How's that feeling in your back and in your feet? Put a little bit of weight into your hands so you're pushing your hips into your heels. Take one more breath. Now we're going to come up onto all fours. Bring the knees below the hips, hands below the shoulders. And we'll take some cat cows. Let your belly sink and lift the head, chest up. And then push away and round into the back. Again, let your belly sink and lift the head, chest up. And then push away and round into the back. The last 2 times, let the belly sink, lift the head, chest up. And then push away and round. Last time, let your belly sink, lift the head, chest up. Draw your chest forwards. And then push away and round into the back. So you're going to come to neutral. Take your right leg back, press the toes into the floor. And then you can rock forwards and back, waking up your right calf, Achilles. Also, as we rock forwards and back, starting to wake up the wrists a little bit more. And then lifting your right leg up. Just take your right leg outside of your left leg. See how far over you can go. Tucking the toes under. And then have a little look over your left shoulder at your right foot. Now see how that feels through your right side. It's going to be a side body kind of practice today. You might want to take your right hand over towards the left side of your mat, just to the top there. And then lean and breathe into the right side, searching for space. Good, bringing your right hand back if you took it there, and then bringing your right knee back. Take a cat-cow. Rounding into the back as your chin comes to the chest. Now we'll come back to neutral and take your left leg back, waking up the left calf, left ankle. Needs some work there for me. Then we can start to lift the left leg up. Take the left leg over to the right side. Make sure those toes are tucked under there. You're pushing back through the heel. And have a look over your right shoulder at your right foot. How's that feel so far? And then if you want to go a bit further, take your left hand to the right hand corner of your mat. See if you can lean and breathe into this left side. Bring your left hand back and bring your left knee back. Take another cat-cow. Belly sinks, lift the head, chest up. And then push away and round into the back. Good. So let your belly sink. Lift the head, chest up. And then we can tuck your toes under and lift the hips up and back into your first downward facing dog. Squeeze your heels down one by one. Bounce your way into your legs, into your hamstrings. And then when you feel ready, take your right foot outside of behind your left leg. Line up your baby toes. And then you've got your left leg is bent as you try to straighten your right leg and push your hands to lift your hips up. Yeah, so left leg is bent, right leg is pretty much straight if you can get it straight. Heels are aiming for the floor, they might not be there. And release. And taking your left leg outside of your right foot. Yeah, so the baby toes line up. So now your right leg is bent and your left leg is moving towards straight, if not straight. You're pushing through your hands, lifting your hips up. Good, release your left leg. Come back into downward facing dog. And we'll come up high into the toes, bring yourself forwards into your first plank. Make any adjustments that you need to make here. And now just step your right foot outside of your right hand. Turn both toes towards the right, onto the edge of your right foot. And just lift your left arm up to the sky. Maybe circle your right wrist here. How's the hips feel here? Bringing your right hand back, right foot flat on the floor. Come into a pigeon pose now. Right knee, right wrist, right shin onto the mat, and slide your back leg away. Good morning. Walk your hands forwards, forehead down towards the floor. Squeeze into your outer right hip. Squeeze into the top of your left foot. And long breaths. Filling yourself up with the inhale. And it's that feeling of emptying yourself with the exhale. Take one more breath here. And make sure you're not falling onto the right side. Yeah, you're equal, the hips are level. Good. Come back up onto the hands. Now we're going to change where the knee is. So you can tuck your back toes under. And now bring your right knee to your left wrist. And you're actually going to sit onto your outer right thigh this time. So your right sit bone is on the mat. You can have your right foot out to the left side. Back knee is down. And then important here, bring your forearms to the center of the mat. Yeah, so it's kind of an off-center pigeon. Notice how it feels in your outer right leg. Breathe into any sensations. There's lots going on there for me. Push down to the top of your left foot. Good, one more breath. And we come back up onto the hands and straighten your right leg now and turn your back toes towards the left. You're putting your sole of the left foot on the floor, your left knee comes up off the floor, push your right hand and then just lift your hips up. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, you can take your left arm up and over your head, house up that feel all through your left side. Bring your left hand down and take your right foot back into a plank. And then lift the hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Have a little wiggle here. How does all that feel? See if the left leg can feel the same now. So you're just going to slot your left foot outside your left hand. Once you get there, power down to your right hand. Turn the toes towards the left and then lift the hips up. Yes, there might already be lots going on there. Breathing in. Breathing out. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Good. Now we're bringing your left hand down. Bring your feet flat. Left knee to left wrist. Left foot towards the right wrist. So find your pigeon pose. Definitely happy to come into pigeon. Walk the hands forward. Or head down onto the mat. Yeah, or you can use your hands, stack them one on top of the other. And then rest your forehead on the hands. Push down through the top of your right foot. The outer left hip. It's giving all of that left side time to wake up. Take one more breath. Awesome, guys. We'll walk the hands back up. So now we're changing where the knee is. Yeah, so tuck your back toes, lift the back knee. I'm going to bring your left knee to your right wrist. And then you actually lie down onto the outer left leg then. Untuck the back toes. Try and drop the knee down and bring the forearms to the center of your mat. And so we're finding that off-center pigeon. Getting into the IT band, how does it feel? Breathe into any sensations. If you wanted to, you could take your arms all the way out in front. And then we're walking the hands back towards the knees. Okay, and then we're going to straighten this left leg now. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee, drop the back heel, and then push down to your left hand and lift your right arm up to the sky. You can take your right arm up and over your head, breathe into the right side. Good. And then taking your right hand to the floor, your left foot to the back of the mat, find a plank. And then lift the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Breathing in, lift the sit bones up. Breathing out, squeeze the heels down. Lovely, let's come up high onto your toes. Bring yourself forwards into plank. Lower the knees, release your feet. Elbows brush by the rib cage. Push down to come up into a Cobra up dog. Feel the stretch here. And then take it up and back into downward facing dog. Again, come up high into your toes. Roll yourself forwards into plank. Drop your knees if you want, or not. Elbows brush the rib cage. Cobra up dog, lift the chest up. You're feeling the stretch here. And then take it up and back, downward facing dog. Okay, make sure the core is helping you. Last time, come up high into the toes. Roll yourself forward, plank pose. Core strong here, belly back. Lower the knees if you like. Elbows brush the rib cage. Cobra, up dog. And then meet me in downward facing dog. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Lift the hips up to the sky. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Have a bend in your knees and hold on to opposite elbows. Okay, let the weight of the elbows help your hamstrings stretch, help your back stretch. Definitely got a bend in the knees though, okay? It's going to help look after your back. And then releasing the hands, slowly roll your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. Good, once you come to standing, take your arms up to the sky. Interlace the fingers and turn the palms face up. You're going to take your right leg outside of your left leg, bending the left leg as much as you can. Reach that right foot over to the left side as much as you can. And lean and breathe over towards the left side, finding space in the room. Good, coming back into the center. And then just changing sides. Okay, so left leg goes behind you. Bend the right leg as much as you can. It goes left leg over to the right side. And then lean, breathe into the left side. Good, release and come back to the center. Release the hands down. Draw little circles. Good, now you're going to take your right foot behind your left. Try and line up your baby toes. So that left leg will bend. Bring your hands onto your hips. Inhale, lift up tall. And then exhale and fold it forwards. So getting a little bit more into the hamstrings. You can rest your hands on the floor. You can have your hands on blocks if you wanted to. Relax your head wherever you are. Inhale. You can lift the head, chest up with the inhale. And with the exhale, fold it forwards. Just checking in with how all of that feels. And with the hands planted on the floor, maybe on a block, yeah. Take your right leg up to the sky, bend the knee and open up the hip. Have a little look underneath your right arm. Try and twist the chest towards the right side. Good, release, bring your right foot outside of your left foot again. Press through both feet and slowly roll your way up. Chin to chest, pushing down through the feet as you come up to standing. Good. Okay, so take the right leg back. And then take the left foot outside of the right foot. Hands onto your hips. Inhale, lift up tall. And then exhale and fold it forwards. Can you feel the weight through all 10 toes? Release the hands onto the mat, hands on your shin or hands on a block. Right leg is bent, left leg is going towards straight or straight. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale and fold, relax into it. Feel anything start to stretch, give way, relax, surrender. And then planting the hands underneath the shoulders, we're going to take the left leg up to the sky now and bend the knee, open up the hip. See if you can have a little look underneath your left arm, left knee up to the sky. And then lowering your left foot outside of your right, so right back to where you came from. And slowly starting to roll your way up. Push down through your feet, notice if it feels a little bit wobbly. Good, and then release, bring your left foot back. Press your palms together, inhale, lift your arms up, thighs forwards and hips forwards. Exhale and fold, hinge from the hips. You've got a little bend in your legs there or a big one. Inhale, lift the head and chest up. And as you exhale, walk the hands to the front of the mat. Find your plank pose. From plank, take the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Squeeze the heels down, lift the hips up. So you're going to swing your right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open up your hip. Bring your right foot inside your right hand, come into a high lunge, okay? So lift your arms up. From here, bring your hands heart center. Stand onto your right foot, take your left leg out towards the left side. Arms can go up, interlace the fingers and lean and breathe over to the right side. Okay, now keep the legs as they are, just bring yourself back to neutral. Release the hands, start to open them towards the left and then take the left leg to the back of the mat and into your warrior two. Yes, well done. Flip the front palm, reach it forward, take it back, breathe into the right side. Good, take your arms back to warrior two. That's it, good. Now take your left hand to the floor, your right arm up to the sky, turn both toes towards the right and lift the hips up. Right hand comes back, right foot goes back, and vinyasa, elbows brushed by the rib cage. Cobra up dog, lift the chest up. And we take it up and back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out, lift the hips up. Good, take your left leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, open up the hip. How does it feel through your right leg? And then bring your left knee, into nose. Left foot inside the hands. Come into your high lunge. That's it, nice strong legs. Now find the balance. Okay, now bring your hands heart center. You're going to take your right leg over to the left side, keeping the left leg bent, so we've been here before. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms up, and then lean over towards the left side. Breathe into the right side. Good, so now coming back to center, open up your arms, start to twist towards the right. Take your right leg to the back of the mat, keeping the left leg bent into your warrior two. Flipping the front palm, reach it forwards, and then breathe into the left side. And then coming back to warrior two, right hand comes to the floor by your left foot, left arm up to the sky, turn both toes towards the left, and lift the hips up. Yeah, so we've been here before. Left arm can come up and over your head, and then rest on the floor in line with your right hand. You pick the heel up at the back and then left foot to the back. Find plank, vinyasa. Cobra up dog. Take it up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe in, lift the hips up. Breathe out, squeeze the heels down. Good, take your right leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Okay, right foot inside, right thumb again. Let's come right back up into our high lunge. Little same sequence there. Bring the hands heart center. Take your left foot over to the right. Edge of the foot on the floor. Interlace the fingers, take the hands up. Lean over to the right side. Coming back through center, open up the arms to the left. Take your left leg to the back of the mat into warrior two. Yes, flip the front palm, reach it forwards, take it back, breathe into the right side. Well done, guys. Well done, Melissa, that's good. Straighten your front leg, push your back hip away. Right arm comes as far forward as you can, triangle toes. Left arm up to the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out, squeeze the legs towards each other, wrap your right rib cage to the left side. Good, now taking your left hand to the floor, you can bend into the right leg, turn both toes to the right, and then right arm up to the sky. Yeah, so right leg is bent. Lift the hips up. You're going to flip your dog, guys. Take the right leg behind you and lift the hips up. So it's a wild thing. Reach the right arm towards the front of the mat. Find that space here. Right hand comes down into plank, vinyasa, or skip it. You might have a little collapsasana in here instead of the vinyasa. You choose. Yeah. Breathing in. Breathing out, lifting the hips up. Good. Let's go again. Left leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Left foot inside your left thumb. Come up into a high lunge. That's it. Bring your hands heart center. Take your right foot outside of your left. Interlace the fingers, turn your palms up, and then lean and breathe towards the left side. Yeah. Good. Bring your arms back to center, open them to the right, and then take your right foot to the back of the mat. Find your warrior two. You're gonna flip the front palm, reach it forwards, take it back, breathe into your left side. Then you can straighten your front leg, push your back hip away, bring your left hand either on your shin or outside of your left leg, right arm up to the sky. Both sides of the body long will indicate as to where you put your left hand. Yeah, so if the body is crunching to get your hand on the floor, bring it onto your shin. From here, looking down, right hand comes next to your left foot. You can bend into the left leg here. Turn both toes towards the left and left arm up to the sky. Lovely, lovely. Flipping it now, take your left leg behind you. Push the hips up and then reach your left arm to the front of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, find that space. Good, left hand comes back into plank. And then vinyasa. Cobra up dog. Take it up and back, downward facing dog. Breath in, lift the hips up. Breath out, squeeze the heels down. Wide leg child's pose, just for a moment, big toes touching, knees open wide, walk the hands forwards, forehead down towards the floor. Take a moment. How does all that feel so far? Kind of playing into different places, moving in different ways. Take one more breath and we've got one more flow to go. Hopefully you're feeling nice and warm and a bit more space. All right, walk your hands back and come up to seated on your heels just for a minute, little intermission. Take the hands behind you, fingers towards your bum, palms flat on the floor. Push down through your knees and then see if you can just lift your hips up, squeeze your shoulder blades together here. Good, and then setting your bum down onto your heels. Take your right hand behind you, fingers pointing to the back of the mat now. Push down to your right hand and just swing your left arm up and over your head. Find that extension, lift up. And then sitting your bum back down onto your heels, taking your left hand behind you, fingers pointing away, right arm swings up and over your head. Okay, lovely. Sit your hips back into your heels. Last flow. Let's come back onto all fours. Let your belly sink. Lift the head, chest up. Push away. Tuck your toes. Lift the hips up and back. Downward dog. Alrighty, let's see what happens. Right leg lifts up to the sky. We know all this bit now. Open up the hip. Right foot inside right thumb. Now you know it. Try and take longer to get there. Try and get a wider stance. Looking for more space. Arms come up. So instead of bringing the hands heart center, interlace the hands, turn the palms straight up, and let's take your left leg over to the right side like before. Lean, breathe over into the right side. One fail swoop, open the arms, swing the left leg to the back of the mat, find warrior two. Yes, and flip the front palm, reach it forwards and back, breathe into the right side. Coming back through your warrior two, straighten your front leg, reach your arm, right arm as far forwards as you can, then take your triangle pose. Nice, Karen, good, lift up, lift up. Looking down, looking down, take your left hand to your right foot, rest the hand on the floor, bend your right knee, turn both toes to the right, right arm up to the sky. Okay, now take your right hand behind you like you did before, lift your hips up, reach your right hand to the front of the mat. Now can you take your left leg towards the right side here? And then straighten into your right leg as you reach the right fingers to the front of the mat. Yeah, so left leg to the right side, and then slide your right leg back so it goes straight. We've been here before. You're taking your right hand to the floor. Now your right foot is over to the left side. Bring it to the right side of your mat. Slide your left leg over to the right. Lower your outer left leg onto the mat. We've been here before, yeah? Then tuck the back toes and come down onto your forearms. Maybe walk your hands out in front. Yes, but we are aiming for the right leg to be straight. If it's too much, well actually both legs to be straight. If the left leg needs to be bent, you can bend it. Otherwise, work on having it straight. Breathe in. Breathe out. And we've been here before as well, so walk your hands back. Tuck your right toes under, lift your right knee, drop the back heel, push down through your left hand, and then lift your right arm up to the sky. Now, as an option, can you hover your left leg up off the floor? You're pushing your hips back to lift the left leg up. Doesn't have to happen. Right hand comes back, left leg goes back, vinyasa. Cobra, up dog. Get the stretch there. Nice job, take it up and back. Downward facing dog. How's that feel? Inhale. Exhale, can you feel your right knuckle pressing into the mat? Is it lifted? Yeah, the first knuckle there on your right hand. Like you feel your left knuckle, the first knuckle, your first finger pressing down into the mat. All right, let's go again. Left leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Left foot inside left hand, all the way back into your high lunge. We're going to interlace the fingers straight away, turn the palms faced up. Big swoop, right leg over to the left side. Lean and breathe over to the left. So see if arms and legs can go at the same time. Opening up the arms, taking the right leg to the back of the mat into warrior two. Flip the front palm, reach it forwards, take it back and breathe into the left side. Straighten your left leg, come into your version of triangle, wherever both sides of the body are long. Looking down, bring your right hand on the floor by your left foot. Bend the left knee, turn both toes to the left and left arm up to the sky. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those legs. Good, now take your left leg behind your right. Push down through your left foot, lift the hips up, find that extension there. So this might be the complicated bit. You're going to bring your right foot to the left side. Put the edge of the foot on the floor and then straighten into the left leg as you reach your left fingers to the back of the mat. That's it. Good. You can bring your left hand onto the floor next to your right. Now your left foot is too far over to the right side. Just bring your left foot onto the mat and then slide your right leg away. Yes. So we have been here before. Untuck your back toes, press your knee down, and then bring your forearms onto the mat. You can always have a quick look, see what is it that I've done? Well, how have I got to this place? Maybe you feel kind of open enough now to walk your hands out in front. If not, stay on your forearms. It's a big stretch. Hopefully it's bringing your awareness right to the outer right leg, the hip, and the breath. All right, nearly there. Walk your hands back towards your legs. Now tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, ground the back heel. Push down through your right hand and then lift your hips up. Push to the edge of your right foot and the sole of your left foot. Now, top trick here is to push your hips back towards the right to lift that right leg up off the floor. Otherwise, keep it down. Left hand comes down, right leg goes back into plank. Your last vinyasa, elbows brushed by the rib cage. Cobra up dog. Take it up and back. Downward facing dog. Heels down, hips up. Feel the hamstrings stretch. Bend the knees and look forwards. Jump your feet by your hands and come to seated. So you might cross the legs, slide them through, and take the legs out in front. Well done, guys. I love that. And kind of moving around into different places, keeping us on our toes. Flex the feet, draw the toes towards your head. Push down to your fingertips, lift up tall, and then fold over the legs. Still work to do here in the hamstrings. So take a breath in, draw the head, chest forwards, and a breath out and fold over the legs. And again, take another breath in, and a breath out, fold over the legs. Good. Slowly roll your way up to seated. So bring the soles of the feet together, knees open. Making the most of your warm bodies now. Inhale, lift up nice and tall. And then exhale, walk your hands forwards. Think about, it's like that there's something attached, string attached to your chest. And you're being drawn upwards rather than rounding inwards. We'll walk the hands over to the right hand side, forehead towards your right knee. And then walking the hands all the way over to the other side, forehead towards the left knee. Remember, once we get into a pose, that's when the breathing takes over. Walking the hands back to the center. Just lift yourself up. Now, bring your right foot so it's more parallel to the top of the mat. And you're going to lift your left knee up and take your left leg to the side. Left knee in line with the left hip. Left ankle in line with the knee. Yeah. So you got like this 1990 shape. Push down through both hands to lift up nice and tall. And then exhale, just walk your hands forwards. Yeah, try and keep your right sit bone on the mat. And you're trying to encourage your inner left thigh to the floor. Push down through your knee, your left knee and your left ankle, and your outer right leg. I've just got to move over a wee bit for the next bit. And from here, once you are down, if you come down to your forearms, that's great. Otherwise, your hands are out in front. And you're going to walk over towards the right side. Go as far over as you can without anything changing in the legs. Reach your left hand as far over to the right as you can. Walking your way back up. Yeah. Take your right hand just behind your right hip. Maybe you can swing your left arm up and over your head here. You could push down through both knees and lift the hips up. Find that space and stretch there. Yeah, if it's too much, keep the hips down. Setting everything back down. Yeah. Extend your left leg all the way back. Yeah. We're going to just change sides. So you take your right leg back. And then bring your left knee to your left wrist. Left foot towards the right wrist. Okay. Fall onto your left hip. Bring your left foot in line with your left knee. And then your right knee in line with your right hip. Right ankle below the right knee. Push down, lift up tall, and then exhale, fold it forwards. Maybe on your forearms, maybe extending your arms all the way out to the front. Just taking a little moment here. Letting the outer left hip stretch, finding strength in the inner right thigh, right knee. And then walking the hands over towards your left side. And it's the right fingers reaching away that's going to help you get more space there. Find more space. Good. And then walking your hands back towards the knees. Now see how this feels. Take your left hand behind you. Swing your right arm up and over your head. If it's too much, you change it. Otherwise, you can push down through both knees, lift the hips up, and find that space. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Oh, nice. Good. Sit the hips back into the mat. Well done. You're facing the front of the mat. Take your right leg all the way back. Good, good, good. Take your left leg back into your downward dog. And then we can just lower the knees. Sit back into the heels. Reach your arms forwards, child's pose. Your last pose, which will require a little bit more effort. Walk your way up. Come up to seated on your heels for a moment. That's it. Once you are there, come up onto your knees and tuck your toes under. Lift your arms up to the sky. Okay, now bring your palms heart center. Tuck your tail under. Push your hips forwards. Right hand can come back, so your thumb is on the inside of your heel, your fingers on the outside. Keep drawing your chest up towards the sky. Maybe take your left hand back. Firm inside the heel, fingers on the outside. Inhale. You can let your head fall back. Yeah. If you've got no issues with the neck, let your head fall back. Bringing your chin back to your chest, pushing through one hand to bring one hand off, and then bring the other hand off. Hands, heart center, untuck your feet and come to seated on your heels. Rest your hands on your thighs. Good. From here, just letting your eyes close down and taking a few deep breaths in and out through your nose. If it's not comfortable to sit here like this, just come cross-legged. I'm going to let the right ear fall towards the right shoulder. So remember this at the beginning. How does it feel now? And then bringing the head back to the center, left ear towards left shoulder, right shoulder heavy. So finding that calm, that center. Chin to chest, letting, head comes back to center, and then chin to chest. Then turning the face up to the sky, stretch the front of the throat. Bringing your chin back parallel to the floor. Squeeze your knees together. So if you are cross-legged, just come to this pose for a moment if you can. Lift your arms up. It's the last stretch. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms up. Now come up onto your knees and let your left hip fall to the left side. And then just lean and breathe over towards the right side, finding that space. Yeah, hopefully there's lots of space there for you. You can let your right hand rest on the floor, maybe lean a little bit deeper. And then come back through center. Right hand on the outer left leg, left fingertips behind. Preparing you for your day now. Come back to the center and then come back to seated on your heels. Lift your arms up. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms up. Lift your hips up. Let your right hip rest on the floor. And then lean over towards the left side. Breathe into the right side. And then coming back through center, releasing the hands. Taking the left hand outside of your right leg, right fingertips behind. Last little twist here. And then coming back through center. You can just bring your feet out in front and cross the legs. Hands on your knees, eyes closed. So remember the breathing that we did at the beginning. You're using the breath now to bring all the parts of you back to you. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding your breath for 2, 1. Exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding your breath out for 2, 1. One more round. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding your breath for 2, 1. Exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding your breath out for 2, 1. Inhale through the nose. Eyes closed if you like. And then open your mouth and exhale, let it go. Let's breathe normally, naturally for a moment. Allow everything to settle. Let's bring your one hand to touch the other hand into like a prayer position. Take a big breath in. Last time, open mouth, exhale, let it go. Namaste, have a beautiful rest of your day. You're welcome to have a Shavasana lying down on the floor if you need it. But you are done, you are ready for your day. Hopefully you found lots of space. You feel a bit more awake, ready for whatever's ahead. Have a lovely day, guys.